Let's do top 20 revolutionary women in history. Let's salute the women next. There we go. You guys know the rules. Robots pay. And you guys guess. And I will give you some rules. And we'll do a countdown again. So in theory, the robots have picked number 20, number 1, women in history. Here we go. She was the daughter of the famous poet Lord Byron. She worked closely with Charles Babbage on his analytical engine. Her notes contain what is considered the first algorithm designed for a machine. She envisioned a future where machines could process not only numbers, but music and images. What? She was right. Yeah, Stuart, good job. Let's see. She is often considered the world's first computer programmer. There you go. Ada Lovelace. 1815 to 1852. Ada's work remained largely unrecognized until the mid-20th century, when her contributions to computer science were fully appreciated. There you go, Ada Lovelace. That's right. Robots are on point tonight. There she is. And you got it. Okay, number 19. This is an interesting one. She was an Austrian-born Hollywood actress, known for her beauty. She had a secret passion for science and invention. During World War II, she co-developed a frequency hopping technology to prevent signal jamming. Holy smokes. Her invention laid the groundwork for modern wireless communications. These guys were all ahead of their time. Vade or Vod. Make them. Yes, you got it. Good job, Vade. She is hailed as a pioneer of both cinema and technology. There you go. Yes, indeed. This is Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr, 1914 to 2000. Hedy Lamarr was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Little known fact. There you go. Hedy Lamarr. How about that? Interesting story. These women are crazy. All their inventions portained a future. Anyway, you know this one. She was born in Tuskegee, Alabama. Drove through there recently. On my way down to Destin. She worked as a seamstress before becoming a civil rights icon. Her arrest for refusing to give up her bus seat sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. She became known as the mother of the civil rights movement. Yeah, I know. Good job. Her actions led to the Supreme Court ruling that segregation on buses was unconstitutional. There you go. And yes, Stuart, you have it as well. This is Rosa Parks, 1913 to 2005. Rosa Parks' simple act of defiance became one of the most significant symbols of the American civil rights movement. Rosa Parks. There she is, revolutionary woman herself. That's right. Next up is number 17. She was born into a peasant family in Domremy, France. She claimed to have received visions instructing her to lead France to victory. She led French forces during the 100 Years' War. Good job, buddy. She was captured by the English and tried for heresy. And she was burned at the stake, but later canonized as a saint. Tough way to go. Let's see. She was born in 1412 and passed in 1431. So yeah, short life. 19 years old. That's right. This is Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc became a national heroine of France and a symbol of French unity and nationalism. Joan of Arc. There she is. All right, we're down to number 16. She was born in Warsaw, Poland, and later moved to France. She conducted pioneering research on radioactivity. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. And she makes frequent appearances here on Fun with History, Quick by History Live. There you go, correct. I know. Hozut. Stuart had it, spelled incorrectly. Body had it. Everybody's got this one. That's right. Marie Curie, 1867 to 1934. Marie Curie's notebooks are still radioactive and must be handled with special precautions. There you go. Trouble all around. Her notebooks, I bet her body's still radioactive. Her notebooks are radioactive. Wow. Okay, everybody got that. Good job. Good job. Next up, this one's a little more obscure. She was born in Pakistan's Swat Valley. Now remember the category. We're doing revolutionary women through history. She began advocating for girls' education at a very young age. Yeah, that radioactivity lasts. She survived an assassination attempt by the Taliban. She co-authored I Am Malala, an autobiography. So her first name is Malala. Who remembers her last name? She is the youngest ever Nobel Peace Prize laureate. There's her claim to fame. Born in 1997. Young pup. Anybody remember the story? Pakistan Swat Valley. And Malala. Youngest ever to win the Nobel Peace Laureate Prize. Malala Yousafzai. There it is. Malala continues her activism through Malala Fund, supporting education initiatives worldwide. Next up, number 14. She was born into slavery in Maryland. She escaped to freedom in 1849. She made 13 missions to rescue over 70 enslaved people via the Underground Railroad. This is the lady. The Underground Railroad. She served as a spy and nurse during the American Civil War. Yeah. You got it, Madame. Hoovers are perfect. She served as a spy and a nurse. She became known as Moses for leading her people to freedom. Yeah, Harriet Tubman. That's correct. Yes, I'm sure there was a film. I don't think I've seen it, but her story is pretty well told, I think. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman, 1822 to 1913. Tubman was the first woman to lead an armed expedition during the Civil War. There you go. Interesting. All right, I think you'll know this next name. She was born into a wealthy British family. Sure. She chose to pursue nursing despite societal expectations. She improved sanitation and reduced death rates in military hospitals during the Crimean War. How about that? Did you know it was the Crimean War? Yes, you're all getting it. Stewart. Everybody knows. Crimean War. I didn't know that. She founded the first scientifically based nursing school. Cool. She is considered the founder of modern nursing. The Lady with the Lamp. Is that a movie? I'm unfamiliar. Educate me. Yes, indeed. This is Florence Nightingale. Born in 1820, passed in 1910. She lived a long time. Florence Nightingale was nicknamed was nicknamed the Lady with the Lamp for her nighttime rounds. Ah, very good. There you go. I was going to give the clues. You beat me to it. Next up. Come on. She was born into a Quaker family committed to social reform. She worked tirelessly for women's suffrage in the U.S. She co-founded the National Women's Suffrage Association with Elizabeth Cady Stanton. She was arrested for voting illegally in 1872. Who knows this one? Who's that? Looks like an old lady. Co-founded women's suffrage. She played a key role in securing women's right to vote, although she didn't live to see it. Bummer. Who knows who this is? 1820 to 1906. Nobody? Susan B. Anthony, of course. Susan B. Anthony, granting women the right to vote, is often called it was the 19th Amendment that she helped pass. There you go. Next up, number 11. She was born as the daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Small world. She survived political intrigue and imprisonment before becoming queen. There you go. Her reign is known as the Elizabethan era, a time of cultural flourishing. She was in charge when they defeated the Spanish Armada in 1588. She ruled England for 45 years and never married, earning her the nickname the Virgin Queen. So, you really think she was the Virgin Queen? Let's hear your ideas on that. That's right. This is Queen Elizabeth I. She was a patron of the arts, supporting figures like William Shakespeare And the guy we talked about, Sir Francis Drake, El Drake, the Draken. Yeah, it's all ties together here on Quick Bite History Live. All ties together. Okay, next up, number 10. A little more obscure. She was born in Manchester, England, into a politically active family. She founded the Women's Social and Political Union, WSPU. The WSPU became known for its militant tactics, fighting for women's suffrage. Who's this? She endured multiple arrests and hunger strikes. She was a key figure in securing voting rights for British women. Anyway, she was born in 1858, passed in 1928, born in Manchester, WSPU. I'm going to leave it to you guys. I have no idea. I do have the answer from you, though. I can tell you what the answer is. Margaret, no. Oh, Stuart has it. Emmeline Pankhurst. Yes, indeed. She was named one of the 100 most important people of the 20th century by Time magazine. And she made it to our list as the top 20 revolutionary women. So there you go. Well, that's more important. Next up, she was born in Russia and later became Empress of Russia. She overthrew her husband, Peter III, in a coup to take the throne. Did you know that? Her reign saw the expansion of Russian territory and influence. She championed the arts, education, and modernization of Russia. I think we all know who this is, don't we? She was the longest ruling female monarch in Russian history. Yes. Everybody's getting it. This indeed is Catherine the Great. Now, did you know that she overthrew her husband? How about that? Despite being an autocrat, Catherine corresponded with Enlightenment philosophers like Voltaire and Diderot. From rumors, she did more than correspond. Don't know if you've heard that. A bit more than correspond. She was not the Virgin Queen. That was someone else. Yes. All right. Next up. That was Catherine the Great, of course. She was born in Mexico City and suffered polio as a child. A bus accident in her teens left her with lifelong injuries. Polio, then a bus accident. Not a good start. Her self-portraits often depicted her pain and identity. Yeah, good job. Her self-portraits often depicted her pain and identity. She was married to famous muralist Diego Rivera. Did you know that? She is known for her unique style, blending surrealism, folk art, and feminist themes. And that's really true if you're familiar with her art at all. She does blend all those things together. Everybody's getting it, I think. Very good. Yes, this is Frida Kahlo. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Frida Kahlo, 1907 to 1954. Frida Kahlo became a symbol of resilience and empowerment, inspiring artists and feminists worldwide. Frida Kahlo. There you go. She was number 8. So now we're down to number 7. She worked as a nurse and a social worker before becoming a pilot. She set numerous aviation records, including being the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic. She was a founding member of the 99s, an organization for female pilots. Yeah. Well, yeah. She disappeared over the Pacific Ocean during an attempted circumnavigation. Disappeared. She remains one of the most iconic figures in aviation history. There you go. There you go. It is Amelia with an A, and then Earhart with an E. Almost should be opposite, right? Amelia Earhart, 1897 to 1939, when she disappeared. Amelia's legacy inspired countless women to pursue careers in aviation and space exploration. There you go. Number 7. Now making her 10th appearance on Quick Bite History Live is number 6. She was born into the Ptolemaic dynasty of Egypt, or if I don't pronounce the T, Ptolemaic dynasty of Egypt. She became co-ruler of Egypt at 18 alongside her younger brother. She had relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Got around a bit. Oh, you guys knew it from when I said they're making her 10th appearance. Huh? She was fluent in several languages and was known for her intellect. Yeah, that's how I know her. She is famous for her dramatic death by snake bite. Very dramatic. Pretty good picture by the robots, too. If I do say so. They did nice on this one. This indeed is Miss Cleopatra. 69 BCE to 30 BCE. So that made her 39 years old. Cleopatra was the last active pharaoh of Egypt, and her reign marked the end of the Hellenistic era. There you go. Now, fair warning on number 5. I don't think the robots did that great a job on the painting. So listen to the clues. Sorry for that clarification. She was the niece of President Theodore Roosevelt. She defined the role of First Lady by actively engaging in politics and social issues. She chaired the committee that drafted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay, you got it. So the picture wasn't that bad. Okay. Or the picture is that bad, but the clues are good. She was a strong advocate for civil rights and women's rights. She continued to work as a diplomat and activist after FDR's death. Now, Stuart, I didn't know that. Is that her official first name? I was not aware. We're going to have to look that up. We need a fact check on that. I believe you. That's right. This is Eleanor Roosevelt. Or Roosevelt. Prefer 1884 to 1962. She held regular press conferences exclusively for female reporters, promoting women's participation in journalism. There you go. Number 4. She was born into slavery in New York, but escaped with her infant daughter. She became a prominent speaker and advocate for abolition and women's rights. She famously delivered her "Ain't I a Woman?" I got that pretty good. "Ain't I a Woman?" speech in 1851. She worked tirelessly to help freed slaves during the Civil War. Who knows who this is? Any guesses? She was one of the first African American women to win a court case against a white man. Wow. I think the robots did a good job on the painting. 1797 to 1883. Any guesses? Going once, going twice. This is Sojourner Truth. Yeah, there you go. Truth. Sojourner Truth. Sojourner Truth's speeches were powerful not only for their content, but for her commanding presence and deep voice. There you go. We're down to the top 3 revolutionary women. She became Queen of the United Kingdom at just 18 years old. Her reign lasted 63 years, longer than any previous British monarch. There you go. She presided over a period of industrial, cultural, and scientific progress. She became known as the grandmother of Europe due to her many descendants. But she was not the Virgin Queen. Correct. You guys got it. Not the Virgin Queen. The era of her reign is known as the Victorian Age. Think you could get it from that clue? That's right. This is Queen Victoria, born in 1819, passed in 1901. Queen Victoria was the first British monarch to live in Buckingham Palace, which remains the royal residence today. There you go. Queen Victoria. We got 2 left. And I'll tell you, I would have put this next one at number 1. She was born into the Shoshone tribe and later captured by the Hidatsa. She was married to a French-Canadian trapper and joined the Luigi and Clark, as we like to say on our show, expedition. She played a crucial role in guiding the expedition through the Rocky Mountains. Pocahontas is incorrect. That is Elizabeth Warren. That's not Elizabeth Warren. That is not Elizabeth Warren. She acted as an interpreter between the expedition and native tribes. Her presence with her infant son signaled peace to other tribes. Yes, that's some nice spelling there. Pozu. Yes, you are correct. This is Sacagawea, as I like to say. I'm not sure I got that pronunciation right. That's the way I say it. Sacagawea, 1788 to 1812. Her contributions were so significant that the U.S. minted a $1 coin in her honor. There you go. And now this is number 1, but I don't know why. A little more obscure. She was born in New York and received a progressive education for a woman of her time. She organized the first women's rights convention of Seneca Falls in 1848. She worked closely with Susan B. Anthony to advocate for women's suffrage. Her Declaration of Sentiments demanded equal rights for women, including the right to vote. She was a key figure in early American women's rights movement. This is what's actually more obscure. This is like she worked with Susan B. Anthony. yet the robots put her number 1. Don't know why. David, how'd you know? Good job. That's right. Elizabeth Cady Stanton. How about that middle name? Cady. Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Her writings and speeches laid the foundations for the eventual passage of the 19th Amendment, granting women the right to vote. Wow, once again, you guys did pretty well. I'm thinking both those first two categories, you guys were batting at least 67. Nice job.